Hello, it is Ryan, and we could all use an extra bright spot in our day, couldn't we? Just to make up for things like sitting in traffic, doing the dishes, counting your steps, all the mundane stuff. That is why I'm such a big fan of Chumba Casino. Chumba Casino has all your favorite social casino-style games that you can play for free anytime, anywhere with daily bonuses. So sign up now at ChumbaCasino.com. That's ChumbaCasino.com.
Sponsored by Chumba Casino. No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. 18 plus. Terms and conditions apply.
Did you know one of the few things that Nostradamus correctly predicted was his own death? Did you know that only one professional baseball player has been killed while playing the game? What about the fact that one of the most poignant last words ever were spoken by a parrot? Each week on Famous Last Words, we'll examine some of the final thoughts of some of the most fascinating people in history. From presidents to murderesses, from business innovators to teen pop icons. That's Famous Last Words, part of the Darkcast Network, available right now wherever you get your podcasts.
Darkcast Network, indie pods with a dark side.
Merry Christmas and happy holidays, everyone. Texas has yet to get its shit together, and we're still in like the 70s and 80s here. Listen, I am not asking for snow because we all know how well Texans handle that. But like a legitimate reason for me to wear my warmer clothes once every 10 months, that should be doable, right? Well. It really is a wonderful time of year, though, despite all of the chaos of shopping and cooking and cleaning and the damn elf. If you know, you know. Someone save me.
We have an elf, and we did not take it out this year, and I haven't heard a peep about it. I don't know why nobody has mentioned it, but as long as nobody says anything, the elf is not coming out.
I'm so jealous, I can't even begin to tell you.
Yeah, man, at least a few days ago, it was really dark and overcast and rainy and cooler, so that was something, but now it's just hot and humid again. So it would really be great if we could get some sort of happy in between.
Just a little bit. I mean, it's either feast or famine here. It's either, 100 and something degrees, or it's Ice-mageddon where the world is falling apart here. It's
either or.
It's not okay.
The joys of living here. Yeah, I'm also not prepared for Christmas. I think I still have to go get all the stocking stuffers. My kids still have presents that are arriving from Amazon in the next few days. Nothing is wrapped. I am not prepared.
It's fine. I mean, y'all are listening to this on Christmas.
Yeah, it's true.
Possibly. Maybe.
Yeah.
Depending, But this is at least a week in advance for us to sit down and get our lives together to get this all figured out.
A whole 7 days to get my shit together.
You can do it. I have faith.
So, yay! Yay, Christmas!
Merry Christmas!
I hope everybody that listens to this is having a much more enjoyable holiday break than I will be.
Yeah. I am a Halloween girl at heart, but Christmas really does have a special place with me. And I'm so excited to see my girls' faces on Christmas morning when they get all of the things that they didn't necessarily need.
Mm-hmm.
But, that night we'll have a nice family dinner together, just the four of us, and relax. And I mean, that sounds amazing, right?
Yeah, it does.
Well, we took to Reddit to find some people's hilarious Christmas stories to make us even more appreciative of our typical shenanigans. And if any of the following reminds you of your own holiday shenanigans, let us know. But before we dive in, here's our riddle for the day. What bites but doesn't have any teeth? Stay tuned to the end to find out the answer.
We're going to start off with a little bit of a more wholesome story. Last year, I impulse bought a pack of canvases that were on sale at an art store. I love to paint, so I bought them while shopping for supplies to make Christmas presents for my family. I threw them into the trunk of my car, which I rarely use, and told my mom when I got home. She was upset and said that I could have told her I wanted canvases so she'd have something else to wrap for me. I like the pleasure of just unwrapping something on Christmas. I understand that.
Mhm.
It is the most fun part. I shrugged and told her she could wrap the ones in my car since I'd probably forget about them anyway. So she did. I forgot completely about them, and on Christmas, there was a heavy present that said, "To Kipsy from Santa." I assumed that meant it was a big ticket present, as there was always one, and this one was heavy. And of course, despite being 22, I still assumed heavy meant expensive. Don't we all? The look on my face as I unwrapped the canvases and slowly remembered their existence was priceless. I remember my mom laughing so hard she could barely breathe. My dad and my sister were confused. That doesn't surprise me either. It was probably my favorite present of the year, just because of the way it made my mom laugh. I live for that kind of thing. One of my favorite Christmas memories, and I've been urging my mom to do it again this year. That's really
So
cool.
cute. I legit have done this for one of my children before. Like begged for a toy in the store, got home, I hid it.
Mhm.
Everybody forgot about it, and then I found it and wrapped it at Christmas, and it was like, yay!
Oh yeah, look what I got a long time ago and then completely forgot about. I'm trying to remember. I don't think anything like that has happened, probably because I get stuff so last minute. I don't have time to forget about it.
See, I start shopping in like June or July, and like
Yeah.
my closet becomes Narnia after a while. And so like once a year when I finally clean out my closet, I can start finding all this shit. I'm like, oh, that's right.
Oh yeah, it's like a treasure trove.
Kind of is. I mean, I wish most of it was for me, but that's not the case, you know.
True. No, never
That's
is.
fine. That's fine. Okay, the next one is definitely less wholesome, but hilarious nonetheless. My friend had an ugly Christmas sweater party on December 23rd a couple of years back. I couldn't find a sweater terrible enough, so I decided to go with this cheap Santa costume I found. Throughout the night, I got progressively more drunk, as is expected. After a bit, it became sadly apparent that I was on my second to last beer. I went to retrieve my last beer from my coat pocket, but it was gone. After frantically searching around the bed I left my coat on, I walked back mournfully to the living room. That's when I saw it. It was in my friend's hand. That rat fucking bastard. So I did what any normal person would do. I started screaming in his face, calling him out on every problem I've ever had with him. I then proceeded to follow the expected pattern of behavior of a normal person and try to fight him. Keep in mind, I'm dressed as Santa Claus during all of this. Being quick thinkers, my friends grabbed me and locked me in a bedroom for the night. I awoke on that fine Christmas Eve with a pounding headache, remembering and regretting everything from the night before. Eventually, it came time to leave. By then, I felt much better. As we drove off, we turned onto the most popular street for foot traffic in my city. It's quite a lovely place. As we drove down this lovely street, I felt my illness return tenfold. I ordered the car stopped, threw the door open, leaned out, and let loose.
Oh, God.
A large puddle of vomit now lay where there was once only snow and pavement. I am pretty sure there were some kids nearby. Feeling much better, I wiped the spittle from my Santa costume, went home, and slept the day away. Too long, didn't read. Dressed as Santa, got trashed, tried to fight a friend, woke up the next day and vomited all over a popular street while still dressed as Santa.
Oh, the only thing that I'm thinking is why did he have his beer in his coat pocket? Like, gross. Because you know it wasn't cold, because it had just been sitting in his coat pocket. So he's drinking, like, lukewarm beer.
So you're trying to add logic to somebody that's consuming alcohol.
I know. There is none, but...
There is none. No, he could have had him in a fridge, and then he may have been, like, almost finished, and so put that in his coat pocket for a quick retrieval, and then put his coat down. And, like, you know, who knows? Who knows?
Yeah, I feel like people who get angry when they drink shouldn't drink.
Yeah. that's a good rule of thumb to follow.
You know, I wonder how that friendship is now. Did they just like shrug it off and that's it? Or
from the tone of how this was written, and it doesn't sound like it was the first time, and it's probably things, the shenanigans that they're all used to, and like, it's fine.
That's a shame, though. That's not a good memory. It's like, oh yeah, sorry about the things I said. It's like, yeah, man, maybe we're not going to drink together anymore. That's just...
Alcohol and Christmas doesn't really go very well together. Like, I literally remember I had a dear uncle who dressed up as Santa and came to my house one year who smelled of nothing but alcohol and cigarettes. Never going to forget that Santa encounter.
How old were you? Like, did you realize it was your uncle or...
So funny note. Yes, I think I was 4, maybe 4 or 5. I was young. And as soon as he stumbled out of the house, I went to my mom and I asked, why was Uncle Ed dressed as Santa?
Like, damn it.
Like, oh, okay.
That's cute. Corey had a family member that dressed up like Santa too. Sometimes, or they'd put like boot prints in the snow to make it look like Santa was there. Like when they would go to like New Mexico and stuff for Christmas.
The places that actually
like
snow.
That for me.
No.
Yeah, where you can do that kind of thing. Nope, I never got that kind of stuff. So I hope this guy's okay and maybe laid off the alcohol. That's
hopefully.
That's all.
Hopefully, didn't scar any children too badly.
Okay. The next one is short, and of course, what's a little family chaos without some poop? Oh. Dog had a seizure and then pooped in the middle of the Christmas morning presents routine. All 10 of us sat around just watching it and yelling for someone to do something. When finally my brother-in-law got a piece of wrapping paper to catch the poop before it hit the floor. Poor dog. He was so overwhelmed by the joy of the wrapping paper.
I would have been out of that room so freaking fast. I cannot do it. And I'm sure that I would have been making everybody else just laugh even harder as I gagged running out of the room. Like, there's no... Like, I can do blood and gore and like injuries, like the kids hurt themselves and I'm like right there. I can get them bandaged up and cleaned up, no problem. But the first sight of any excrement or vomit, and I nope my ass out of there.
Really?
I cannot do it.
Oh, see, poop doesn't bother me. Vomit, no, I can't even look at it. Poop is whatever.
Yeah. No.
How did you handle changing diapers all those years then?
I have perfected the art of the fastest diaper change in the West. And there's something a little bit different about that. Like, it's contained in a diaper.
True. You don't have to like clean it.
No, you don't actually have to like. I'm miming like a weird claw hand to like pick it like.
Well, it's not like you're just raw dogging picking it up off the.
Can we not use that term? Like, I hate how that term has come back. No, I know that like your hands usually like dog poop and stuff. If you go out, you got the bag or whatever and you got to pick it up. Like, it's just, I don't want to touch it. I don't want any chance
Even
of
if there's
getting
something between.
Nope. I don't want any chance of any possibility of it getting on me.
I'm going to have to remember that. Okay, so don't give Amber any responsibilities that includes cleaning up any sort of poop.
Basically.
Okay. Got it. Yeah. Well, if somebody throws up around us, then we're both screwed.
Oh, 100%. No, we'll end up adding to the vomit by laughing 100%. And throwing up and then somehow struggling to get through it together.
And then asking somebody to come help. Yeah,
I'll be on the phone with somebody in between gagging and crying, come help. Okay, man. Is it hot in here?
It is Ryan Seacrest here. There was a recent social media trend which consisted of flying on a plane with no music, no movies, no entertainment. But a better trend would be going to ChumbaCasino.com. It's like having a mini social casino in your pocket. Chumba Casino has over 100 online casino-style games, all absolutely free. It's the most fun you can have online and on a plane. So grab your free welcome bonus now at ChumbaCasino.com. Sponsored by Chumba Casino. No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. 18 plus terms and conditions apply.
Recently, a new client called me and started by saying, "Mr. Morgan, I really need your help, but I'm just a nobody." Those words stunned me, and I immediately called him back, and we're now helping him and his family after a terrible accident. I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. Everybody who comes to our firm at their time of need is a somebody. I grew up poor, but my grandmother was like a queen to us. At Morgan & Morgan, our goal is to level the playing field for you and your family at your time of need. The insurance company has unlimited money and resources. You need a firm who can fight them toe-to-toe. For right at 30 years, we have fought them in courtrooms throughout America. Our results speak for themselves. And always remember this, everybody is a somebody, and nobody is a nobody. Visit forthepeople.com to learn about our firm. Morgan & Morgan, for the people.
Injured? Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Well, another short but equally hilarious one. My grandmother acts a bit crazy sometimes. During this one Christmas, she was in an argument with my mom over some stupid shit I don't remember. She had already purchased gifts for my family, but there was no way she was going to stick around the house when my mom was there. So she rolls up to our house, opens the front door, tosses the gifts in the hallway, and shouts, "Merry fucking Christmas," slams the door, and leaves. We all thought it was pretty damn hilarious and still make jokes about it to this day. I'm not gonna lie, I fully expect something like this to happen in my family one day, and if I ever witnessed my grandma just Merry fucking Christmas, yeeting presents into the house, shouting and slamming I would have died of laughter.
Well, I mean, at least she had the courtesy to open the door and put them inside. I mean, if she really didn't want to deal with her, she could have just left them on the porch.
Exactly.
Knocked and left, you know?
She made her presence known. Or the gifts and herself.
And herself, yes. Okay, but I want to understand what the drama is there.
Oh, you need the tea. I don't know the tea.
See, this sounds like something that Corey's family would do. Yeah, not mine, but yeah.
No, I can't picture anybody in your family ever doing anything like this. No.
Could you imagine? I'm like, my family's so just whatever. And non-confrontational. Like this would never happen. We just suppress all of our emotions and frustrations towards each other.
Well, see, my family's non-confrontational too, but like this isn't necessarily confrontational. She just like, all right, bitches, I'm here. Take your shit. I'm out. You know, like that's more my family's speed.
I could never. Okay. This next one just goes to show that you can never predict what your day will be like with kids. Ain't that the truth? Christmas 2000. 9-year-old me ran into my mom and dad's room excited to open presents. Oh no. Unfortunately, as I was running in, I tripped over a rug and smashed my teeth against my parents' bedpost. Blood was everywhere. I lost one tooth, luckily a baby tooth, and fractured my adult incisor. I had to wait 6 hours in hospital for a specialist to arrive. Didn't get to open any of my presents and had to drink my Christmas dinner through a straw. We still have the bedpost with 3 clear, distinct teeth marks. Oh, no.
With how crazy my life had been growing up, I'm real shocked nothing like that ever happened to me and my family. Especially since I am wholly capable of tripping over thin air, running into door frames, and all of the things.
Yeah, I would definitely be the kid who broke their tooth on a bedpost as well, because I was the one who, you know, even though I lived in the house my entire life, would constantly take the corner too soon and just like run into the corner of the wall. I think that's an ADHD symptom, actually, which explains a lot about me as a person. Yeah. But yeah, I'm surprised my kids haven't done this as well.
Yeah,
actually.
I think my kids are broken. I was the type of child that like I was up at the absolute ass crack of dawn, ready and rockin', raring to go to open those presents. I will wake up before everybody in the house and I'll be sitting there on the couch just waiting for everybody to wake up. And I'm not talking like, it's not work. I don't have to wake up at 4:30 in the morning, but like I'll wake up at 6, maybe 7. And I still have to wait an hour and a half for everybody else to wake up in the house. And I'm like, you guys.
It's Christmas.
Don't you want your shit? I went through a lot of work to get this to you.
Could you wake up, please? Somebody be excited. I worked hard. That's so funny. See, my kids are definitely up by like 7 at the latest. They're usually waiting on us. Yeah. Is how that works. And I'm like, well, let me make a cup of coffee first.
Oh, yeah. I'm surprised there were no injuries some Christmases because, of course, my mom had to like wake up and have a cup of coffee and like be able to function before the chaos could begin. Otherwise, it just wasn't going to happen. Mm-mm. And me and my brother would be so impatient, like bugging the shit out of her. And I'm pretty sure that's around the time she perfected her death stare. No injuries, though. So that's good.
I'm very glad to hear this.
She just has that look down. She perfected that. Okay. I'm sure y'all have heard me say many times that comedy is cheaper than therapy. Mm-hmm. If only everyone in the next story had gotten the memo. No throwaway for this because fuck it. You gotta laugh at these things. Last year around December time, I had to have a rather uncomfortable surgery on my arse. Ooh. It took 3 months to heal and required daily dressing changes, so I spent Christmas morning desperately trying not to sit in a waiting room at the local walk-in center. I was acutely aware of the fact that I didn't want to be there, and chances are the nurse who would have to change my dressing didn't want to be there either. So I decided to inject some levity into the situation by writing Merry Christmas across my butt cheeks with a Sharpie. Turns out, my arse is not that big, however, so I had to make it Merry Xmas. And since I was doing it with a mirror before leaving, it ended up looking more like random squigglies than Christmas cheer. In the end, I got a trainee nurse who it turns out had no sense of humor, nor any idea how to change the dressing. I had to lie face down with my Christmas arse on display for 20 minutes while she worked out how to, roughly, pull a ribbon out of my buttock, and then another 10 minutes while she found someone else to put a new one in.
Oh, that sounds highly uncomfortable.
It reminds me when I got the brown recluse, the spider bite they had to pack. They had to do all that packing and stuff. That reminds me of that. At least it was on my leg and not on my ass. But honestly, honest to God, this is something that I would totally do. But I think that I'd probably like find some temporary tattoos or something to make it a little bit more
obvious what you're trying to do. Otherwise, it's like, why did you write in marker all over your ass?
Do we need to do a drug test there, buddy?
Are we okay? That trainee was probably like, it is Christmas. I don't want to be here, and now I have to deal with this asshole.
This crazy ass. I mean, there were good intentions there.
Absolutely.
Like, he was just trying to make a funny and start to finish train wreck gone wrong.
Some people are just not the type, Some people just are serious and can't find the humor in much of anything, unfortunately.
Basically.
Yeah. Yep. Oh, poor dude. I mean, he tried. Or should I assume it's a he? Poor person. Yeah, we don't know. We don't know if it's a guy, but poor person, because that's embarrassing and horrible all at the same time.
Yeah, they seem to have a good
had a good outlook on it. Yeah. It's like, well, this person didn't think it was funny, but I enjoyed it.
And we're enjoying it now. So, hey,
Thank
mission
you.
accomplished.
Ryan Seacrest here. When you have a busy schedule, it's important to maximize your downtime. One of the best ways to do that is by going to ChumbaCasino.com. Chumba Casino has all your favorite social casino games like spin slots, bingo, and solitaire that you can play for free for a chance to redeem some serious prizes. So hop on to ChumbaCasino.com now and live the Chumba life. Sponsored by Chumba Casino. No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. 18 plus terms and conditions apply.
Recently, a new client called me and started by saying, Mr. Morgan, I really need your help, but I'm just a nobody. Those words stunned me, and I immediately called him back. and we're now helping him and his family after a terrible accident. I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. Everybody who comes to our firm at their time of need is a somebody. I grew up poor, but my grandmother was like a queen to us. At Morgan & Morgan, our goal is to level the playing field for you and your family at your time of need. The insurance company has unlimited money and resources. You need a firm who can fight them toe-to-toe. For right at 30 years, we have fought them in courtrooms throughout America. Our results speak for themselves. And always remember this, everybody is a somebody, and nobody is a nobody. Visit forthepeople.com to learn about our firm. Morgan & Morgan, for the people.
Injured? Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
To wrap up our last What the Fuck Wednesday of 2024, we're going to share some dumbest family fights. Here we go. My family once got into a 2-month-long argument over whether Ross and Rachel were on a break. Wow, I feel that. My father sent me... Go ahead.
Were they on a break?
Yeah. Yeah. Whatever.
No feud here. We're good.
Yeah. We're good. Same page, yeah. I wouldn't... You can have your opinion. I'm not going to hold a grudge against you for 2 months.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous.
That's silly. I mean, Friends was a great show. Don't get me wrong. 2 months seems a little excessive.
For a show that's just... They're not real people, guys. No.
I mean, they are, but they're not.
Right. They're characters. They're not... Ross and Rachel aren't a real couple in real life. No.
It's okay.
Calm down. Find another hobby. That's all I'm going to say. Okay, next one. My father sent me to my room for putting jelly on my bread before the peanut butter.
Okay, see, this one kind of confuses me because, I put jelly on one side and peanut butter on the other. Are they literally, putting the peanut butter down and then putting the jelly on top of that and then putting the other slice of bread?
That's how it comes across to me. That doesn't make any sense.
So many questions.
Yeah, you put one on one bread piece and one on the other, and you smush it together.
But and okay, so hey, maybe if you're doing just a half sandwich, so you're using one piece of bread, you put it on half and half,
and then
fold it. Same page. We're good.
But I understand if you are going to stack it, it would make sense to put the thicker ingredient on first.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
yeah.
that we're in agreement with that.
I agree with Dad, but I wouldn't send you to your room for that. I would just be like, what are you doing?
Actually, quite honestly, I'm going to backtrack everything I just said. If I caught Michaela doing some stupid shit like that, I would have been like, no, just go away. You just go away.
I'll do it. Just stop it.
I have failed you as a mother.
Oh, my God. I feel that. Side note, Dustin, don't include this. Do you want to take turns reading these? I'm assuming I'm not. Am I reading all of them?
I gave you 5 and I've got 5.
Oh!
Because they're just short little sweet ones. We can just go through them like that.
Got it.
Yeah.
Okay. My dad said that in the case of a zombie apocalypse, he would abandon his family to fend for himself. Let's just say this didn't go so well with my mom.
You just don't say those things out loud.
No. If he was kidding, sure. But, still. Let's hope they're never actually in that situation.
Yeah.
Okay. My family once had a 3-week-long feud over whether or not you can fall upstairs.
Yes.
Yes, you can.
You 100% can. I am walking proof of that.
Same. Also, my kids, you can fall up the stairs.
Yeah.
It is a thing. You trip and you...
Because you trip and you fall forward going up the stairs.
Yes.
You don't slide down the stairs.
Exactly.
You're going up.
You're still making an upward trajectory.
Just on your face.
Correct. But you're still going up the right direction. Yes, absolutely. My dad was accusing me of knocking his Eagle CDs off the shelf. I kept telling him it wasn't me, but he insisted I did it. Thanks to a picture my nephew took earlier that day, we figured out the real culprit. Head to our Instagram to see the culprit in question and tell us how relatable that is.
Can you guess?
I'm assuming it was the nephew or some sort of animal.
The picture's in there if you want to look.
Yup. Leave it to a cat to do some shit like that. For sure.
Of course.
Mm-hmm. Oh, it's cute though.
All right, next one. My hubby and I argue over whether or not underwear should be washed before being worn. We even called Fruit of the Loom customer service to settle it. They're on my side and recommended washing first. He still disagrees. I mean, okay, so it hasn't been on somebody else's ass, so that's good. But you also don't know where it's been or what's been on it.
Correct. Or like the chemicals or dyes or extra shit that it's been
anything from the manufacturing.
In the plant. Wash them. That's gross. It's going on a very sensitive area of your body. Just wash it.
Just wash it.
Gross.
On Christmas 2 years ago, I asked Google Home to play My Neck, My Back. My mom screamed at the top of her lungs, didn't talk to me for 2 full days, and gave me a 10-minute lecture on the phone on how I will never disrespect her in her home again.
This poor woman does not want to be in my house then.
I was going to say, like, she would not have fared well.
No, there is inappropriate music playing in my house a majority of the time.
That tracks.
So yeah, she wouldn't fare well over here. That's ridiculous and very much an overreaction to something like that. But
she was not okay with that.
No, she was scarred. Like, are you okay?
Next one. My dad, my sister, and I got in a fight with my mother because she didn't want us to imitate her sleeping position wherever we go. We did it anyway and invented mom planking. I really wish there was a visual to this one.
I would like to see it, but like I'm kind of on the mom side here because when you're in a family of people who like to pick on other people and you are not one of those people, it gets real old real fast. So
yes. I also grew up in a house like that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the bear pokers.
Mm-hmm.
And I had to learn very quickly that the more you got upset about it, the more they wanted to do it.
Absolutely.
So I had to train myself to just laugh along with it and go along with it, and then it stops.
Yeah, I've learned that as well. So now it's like, okay, you're annoying me, but I'm not going to say anything about it because then you're just going to use it as ammunition to keep doing it. Just like I tell my kids, I'm like, stop reacting to it, and they'll stop doing it. They'll get bored and leave you.
They'll move on.
Correct. Yep. Just do that, Mom. You'll be fine.
And next one. My sister once screamed at me for an entire car ride because I was looking out her window. To this day, my whole family will randomly yell, "Don't look out my window!" at each other.
Hard relate.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah. Hard. My kids. Oh, my God. Oh. Why are you? Stop looking at me. I'm looking out your window. Well, don't look out my window. Look out your own window. All the time. All the time. All the time.
Oh, God. Okay.
Yeah. I'm like, really, guys? They can look out whatever the fuck window they want to. You don't own that window. They're not hurting you.
I'd be the asshole to put up a sheet in between them.
Well, this is why they can't sit in the same row anymore.
Oh, okay. Like their problem solved.
One of us has to sit in the back because they can't sit together or they will fight immediately.
Oh, have kids, they said. It'll be fun, they said.
No.
And last but not least, in our 30s, my twin sister described to me an incident in high school that she'd never forgiven me for. It occurred on the balcony of our cafeteria. Our cafeteria didn't have a balcony. It was a dream, and she'd been upset for 15 years.
Did she realize it was a dream?
You know, I see. That's a good question, because there have been dreams that I've woken up from that I was real pissed off at my husband, even though I knew it was a dream, and I was like, I'm still ready to rip your face off, so just walk away, even though it was a dream.
Right. I mean, maybe to her it felt very real.
Or maybe she didn't realize it had been a dream, and then finally was like, oh. But she still harbored a grudge for 15 years over.
I want to know what this incident was. Like, these are great, but it's like, guys, can you provide some more details? Because now I'm just left wondering what actually happened.
See, then your mind can wander and you can fill in the gaps. And
whatever I come up with will probably be way more salacious than what actually happened, though. Like, it was probably something really minor.
Precisely. So I think there's part of the fun in it, and you get to have more fun with it in your imagination.
That's true. That's true. Oh, this was fun. We hope that everyone is having a safe and happy holiday, and thank you for bringing our creepy little corner of chaos into your lives. Some exciting things are happening in the new year, including a revamp of our Patreon, so stay tuned for that. Next week, we will be sharing an episode from a podcast friend to ease you into the new year, but after that, be ready for some old case updates, collabs, and some more exciting things.
Be sure to check out our Instagram at Weird True Crime for those updates and some funnies that I constantly bombard Gina with. Yes. If you have any funny holiday or Christmas stories you want to share with us, you can email them directly to us at weirdtruecrime@gmail.com or use the contact form on our website. Before we say bye, let's hear that riddle one last time. What bites but doesn't have any teeth? The answer? Frost. Frostbite.
I never would have figured that out.
Corny, I know. I'm not sorry.
Until next year, stay safe.
And make good choices. Bye.
Bye.
It is Ryan Seacrest here. People always say it's good to unwind, but that's easier said than done. The exception, Chumba Casino. They actually make it easier done than said, or at least the same. Chumba Casino is an online social casino with hundreds of casino-style games like slots and blackjack. Play for fun. Play for free for your chance to redeem some serious prizes. Sign up now and collect your free welcome bonus at ChumbaCasino.com. Sponsored by Chumba Casino. No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. 18 plus terms and conditions apply.
Scottish Murders is hosted by me, Dawn, and is a multi-award shortlisted victim-focused podcast covering the murders of those from or living in Scotland. We tell each victim's story in a respectful, sensitive, unsensational and unopinionated way. So why not join us wherever you listen to your podcasts and ensure you never miss an episode of Scottish Murders.